Hello, I welcome you all to my channel. Someone requests that they want a set up an automation on GoHighLevel, a situation whereby when a customer fills the form multiple times. As we all know, in e-commerce, you can have a situation where your customer can fill your form several times, and you must have done an automation where you've assigned this customer to different users. But what we want to achieve is that when the customer fills this form multiple times, it's being assigned to the same user it's already assigned to. Like as we all know, once you assign a user to a customer, if the customer fills the form again, it's going to assign another available user, not the previous one. And this can be a lot of headache in e-commerce business, whereby you have the same customer being assigned to multiple or different users. So it's an issue. So I have come up with a solution for this. If you are an e-commerce business and you are hoping to also deploy this kind of solution, so I already have a solution for you. We're going to look at that. Let's go straight into the GoHighLevel account. Now you must understand that you have a form already. This is a form I already created for this purpose. I call it a lesson form. So simply you must already have your form, or you can simply create your own by just clicking add new form, and you can create a new form from template. So you can say create form from template, or you create a new form, or create from scratch, or you create from template. Let's do create from scratch. So creating form from scratch, this is what we have. We can simply use this as our form. So we can just delete this. We don't need this session. We can delete that session, and we can just have email, phone number. You can see it's mandatory, and email is also mandatory. I will just remove email for the sake of this training. I just need the phone number, the name, first and last name, and the phone number. Alright, save it. You can name your form anything. So let's say I name my form. Let me just say for YouTube, YouTube training. YTT. So I just named this form YTT. So I save it. So you already have your form created. You must have already have your landing page, but for the sake of this training, we are just going to look at how we can easily solve the problem with the form submission. So because the goal is the customer submits form and they keep submitting and again. So I want to assign to the same person. Also, we already have your opportunities and your pipeline being created. So for this purpose of the training, I have this pipeline called lesson pipeline. So I already filled some of the form, and I have like 2 leads already. So we're going to look at how this really works in actuality. So I already have this automation created. So let's test it out, and we walk through the process of how we can also create our own. So I already create the process. I already create the workflow. So let's test this out. Now this is the workflow. So I'm going to explain what is happening here briefly before we now go into creating our own. So someone filled the form and it gets triggered. We say form submission should be our triggered. When someone filled the form is the lesson form, the form we already have there. So when somebody fills this form, it's the trigger. And what do we have here? We have our next line of action, which is merge contact. So this merge contact, basically what it does is when a contact already exists, it can merge them together so that you don't have them in duplicate, like still creating the same contact over and over in the GoHighLevel. So that's basically its function, and it also does what we are looking towards to achieve. So you see how it's going to do that now. Now this basically is merging the contact under a merge contact under emails. The condition that needs to be met is if the emails are the same or if the phone number are the same. But in this case, we are using phone number because phone number is usually unique to every individual, as for what we know at the moment. So we can identify that a contact is the same when the phone number is the same. However, you can know that some users can be the same and have different phone number and fill in different phone number. In that case, you won't be able to actually, you have to manually get those kind of user. And you can have the option of the emails and phone number. Once the email and phone number is the same, that when the condition is met, then you say, okay, this person is the same. Then merge the contact. So this is where it gets interesting. So let's go. Now, if the condition is met, it goes to this duplicate is fine, that you find it that it is duplicate, the condition is met, the phone number is the same, it comes to this, and if it's not, it goes to this. Now if the condition is met, what we want to achieve is that we want to update the user profile. So we use this function known as create or update opportunity. So we update the opportunity via this. And I keep a note there saying that this is a duplicate or this is a duplicate order. So this shows that the order is duplicated. And then I gave the internal notification showing that what is a duplicated order. Just call the customer regardless, this customer details, and this will be the notification that will go to the user. You will see that in this case I don't actually assign any user. So since I didn't assign user, it's automatically assign the same user. All I say is just to update the contact. Probably if the stage it was already not in new order, this update contact will drag it back to new order and make it open. Or if peradventure it has even been a 1, it will reopen it. So should the case the customer is trying to place a new order. So you can see that that's what we have there. It always move to new leads, and the pipeline, the stage will be new lead, and we have the opportunity name in this format, and the opportunity source can be left empty, and we have the value, and we have the status to be open. Now if it is false, then what do we have? We have is that it should create a new opportunity for that user. So we set up the new opportunity and we then assign it now to a user. You can see from here we pick just 3 users to assign it to, and then we send them notification that this is a new one that it should be attended to. So let's test this out by filling the form. So this is the form here, this lesson form. So if you click on it and you try to preview it, so that's it. So you see that that's the form. So this is the form. So I just want us to check something here now, that we have the Steady app is already there. The Steady app is already there, and we have this Abbas Hassan is already there, and the stage here is that it is closed already. So I want us to take a look at this. I'm going to use Abbas Hassan as an example for us here. So I'm going to fill the details to be the same as it was there. So Abbas, it will be Abbas Hassan. This is me trying to be a customer that's trying to fill the form again, after which I've already filled the form, and maybe I was already attending, this person is already attending to it, which is this TikTok ad. The name of this user I decided to assign it to is TikTok ad. So it's assigned to TikTok ad. So the phone number is 08023456789. So that's the phone number. Yeah, so we are correct. We check it that the phone number is the same. So once we fill and submit this form, so we check what will happen to this user here. So instantly, yeah, and can you see? Very nice, very interesting, live. And you can see that what happened is that you notice that, oh, this user is already in this pipeline, and his stage was actually in close. So it just dragged the user back to new lead, and you can see that I still assign it to the same user. which is TikTok ad. So this is what we want to achieve. You can see wonderful, it assigned to the same user. That is fantastic. It's working. Good, great. Now let's test another. Let's test it with another new entire user that we have not tested before. Somebody may be like, oh, is it really working? So let's test it with another user. So let's say do let's say another user, let's say Godwin, and let's say the surname is Bright. So or Bright, so let's say Bright, yeah, Godwin Bright. And the phone number this time, let's say it is 07023456789. So let's, what is different is just the 070. So let's note this number and note this name down. So I'm going to submit it now, and let's see what happens. So the user, the customer that we just filled the details now should come in. We drop here in here as new customer. See, okay, you can see Godwin Bright. It has dropped in here as new customer. And who is it assigned to? Adebisi Okoya. So now let's move it to, let's say the proposal has been sent. Let's move to this stage, proposal sent. Now let's fill the form again using the same name, Godwin. Let's using the same person name, Bright. Note that it's comparing under phone number level. So 07023456789. So it's the phone number that is using to compare. So the phone number has to be the same. When the customer filling the same phone number, this will automatically always work. So now let's submit. Let's go back to automation. So Bright should come back here assigned to the same person, Adebisi Okoya. So Bright should come back to new lead. Now, yeah, you can see Bright is now in new lead. Now it's assigned to who? Adebisi Wakibat. Sorry, it's Adebisi Wakibat that is there. So, and you can see also, for you to know that it's working perfectly, it's attached the note that duplicate order. So you can see that it's attached the note. You can say it should attach notes, you can say it should attach tag or anything. So I just say it should put in a note showing that this is a duplicate order. So even when the user is saying this, automatically a note is being added to let them be aware. Also, in the notification they will get, it will be written there that it's a duplicate order. So now, how do we set this up? That's what you'll be asking now, right? Yes. How do you set this up? So it's simple. Now let's go to our automation. So I'm going to walk us through the process step by step. We are going to create it from scratch. But before that, I want to introduce you to my channel. Here we will basically, in this channel, we'll be talking basically about how you can set up creative ad, converting ads that actually convert and bring sales, either from TikTok to Facebook. We'll be discussing that here. We'll be discussing how you can set up your GoHighLevel account as an e-commerce business, or for any other business that is aside e-commerce entirely, how you can navigate around GoHighLevel and the capability and how powerful the GoHighLevel tools is. We'll be discussing that, and we'll also be discussing e-commerce at large and how you can set up an e-commerce business for yourself or for someone. If you are looking towards becoming a media buyer, or you're looking to start an e-commerce business for yourself, you're on the right channel. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, and share to all other people you think this can be beneficial to. Now we're going to click on create workflow. We are going to start from scratch. We are creating workflow, start from scratch. So now let's create workflow. Now we can call this workflow anything. So I just say, let me call it duplicate. order. So let me just call it duplicate order. Now you click on add new trigger. So form submission. So you can search for form submission. If you are just coming here for the first time, you might not be able to see it because I use it frequently, so that's why you can see it here. But normally it won't be there. You can see it's recent trigger. That's why you can have it here. So you can search for it, form submission. So you click on form submission, and what do is that you add filter. Then once you add filter, you say form is, because that's what you want to achieve. Your form is what? Then you pick the name of your form. Let's say this is the name of our form. So we pick the name of our new form. So we just say, all right, save trigger. So that's the form we created. And the next thing you go is you click on this plus button here, or plus icon here, and then you search for merge contact. So you see merge. Once you click on, when you start typing merge, you see merge contact. You merge on phone number. Remember, we are merging on phone number, and the phone number is the same, merge. So because phone number is always unique. So once you click on merge, you have this merge contact information here. So this is where you now consider when we have the duplicate, if it's met and if it's not met. So if it's not met, what do? You can just create a new opportunity. So you can see, you can use this. However, I prefer to use the new updated version. Say create the new updated version of creating opportunity. You can still use the other one. They both do the same thing. You can create or update. You can use create or update to create this. However, I just prefer using this to create my opportunity. So you just say, okay, opportunity. So you click opportunity name. So what should be the opportunity name? You can then just say it should be the contact full name or first name, and so you can say contact full name. Then you can then also say contact phone number should be added next. So that's how we get those opportunity name. You can see it automatically give the opportunity the name. Another thing you should know that when we select this opportunity, it's already on pipeline, lesson pipeline. So you can change your pipeline from here. See pipeline, you can select your pipeline. So but I want it to be on the lesson pipeline, so it's fine for me. So the next is for me to click on the stage, is on new stage. So I want it to be on new stage when I'm first creating. And the status, I want the status to be open. The value, you put your value of your product. So in this case, I'm just putting 34,500. And then the next thing is the opportunity source. That will automatically pop up here. So this is why I just love this. The opportunity source code comes automatically for this. So I can save it. And the next thing is you assign the user. Since this is just a new user, we have checked whether it exists. It doesn't exist, so we are creating it as if we are creating a new user, and we are assigning user to it. So the user I want to assign are these are the users I would like to assign. So I assign these 3 users just as I did in the earlier one. So I assign the 3 users. So I just want the traffic to be equally distributed. In this case, you can have uneven, and you can say only apply to assign user unassigned contact. So if the contact is unassigned, you should assign them. So the next, you can then set your internal notification so that they get triggered. Internal notification. So you send a notification. So what type of notification? It's what type of internal notification. Then you can just put in what you want here. You can put the message you would like to pass here. So I'll just say I can put the name of the customer. I can say customer name, full name, and I can say I can add phone number and say customer phone number just placed an order. So simple as that. Then you should direct them. Once they get the notification and they click on it, where should they direct them to? You should direct them to the contact, and it should only apply to the user assigned to this contact. That means only the user assigned to this contact should get this notification. So you save this. So we are true when it's not duplicated. That means if the user doesn't appear, it does not exist in that pipeline, or it doesn't exist in our database, it should create the user newly like normal. So but if the user exists already, so what we might want to achieve is just to have it updated. So in this case, I will now use the update and create an update feature. So I can use the create and update opportunity. So I pick on create and update opportunity. In pipeline, I select the pipeline. You can see the difference here. I have to, this one give me option to select the pipeline. I will say you should move the stage to new, and the opportunity name the same format. I can then paste in that source as source name, and I can also put my value, and the status should be open. And here I can allow that the opportunity can move to previous stage. Can I allow duplicate? Yes, I can allow duplicate if I want, but I don't want to allow duplicate, because if I allow duplicate, we won't be able to achieve or attain our objective. So you'll be having duplicate and multiple of the same content. So we are not allowing duplicates to exist of the same content. So I will just say save. Also note that we have not yet published this workflow. So everything we are doing now is not yet live. So the next is, then what do? You click on, you are not assigning to anybody, so you can just click on internal notification, or you can assign a note. What I did there is assign a note. So I say add a note. So what was the note about? Yeah, this is a duplicate order. So the note says that this is a duplicate order. So that's the note that will be added. Then what do we do next? We can then set notification. So we can easily duplicate functions. So we can duplicate this node. We can say copy action from here, copy action, then we can paste it here. So we can always copy and paste, so you should know that. And you just go there and edit it, so that you can just say that, okay, this duplicate order. So you can just write it there, so the individual can know that this order is duplicated. Just place an order again. So you can just have it like that, and every other thing remain the same. You can then just save it. So that's all. It's as simple as that. Now if we want to test it, we can go and fill this form and see if we're going to get the same result. So let's go to the form. This is the form. I can just right click here and say preview. So I can right click there and say preview. Then I can just find any user to create myself. I can say this one should be called Toby. Then the last name should be called Rahman. So Rahman, I can just have that like that. Then the phone number, remember that this is based on phone number level. So I'll just result 90, and then I'll just do from countdown 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2. So I think that's good to go. 09098765432. So I then submit Toby Rahman. So then you should come in as a new user under this pipeline. So I just have to refresh the page since we didn't have it yet. Or we will have to go back to our automation and see what is going on. Okay, remember I said our automation was not published yet and it was not live. So I myself, I forgot it. So do not forget this. So until your automation is live like this, whatever you do it will not do anything. So you have to move it from draft to publish, so which I just did now. So let's go back and then fill the form again. Now that we already filled the below bar, is already the contact has been created. That's the funny thing. However, what did not happen is that it did not assign the person to our pipeline. So that's what did not happen, but the contact has been created already. If you want to confirm that the contact has been created, you can check your contact here. So but it's not yet in our pipeline, so we can still use it and we will see achieve what we want to achieve. What you will just notice that it will not create this to be Rahman again because it has been created in the contact, so it will not replicate that person again, and that will also be a good thing as it's the same person. Why do you want to have the same contact created multiple times in your database? So the same user, so the same customer, if they are the same customer, so it will continue just to merge them up as they are the same. So now let's submit. So what you will notice that it will not create a new contact, but the workflow will come in now. Now it has come in, you can see. Now that is why it's even already putting it that it's a duplicated contact, because I told you it will not create the user again. It's already there, and you can see that it's already showing as a duplicated contact. Now sometimes this happens in GoHighLevel where the user is not assigned. However, you could refresh and you'll find it that it's going to be assigned. So this is unassigned. So it did not assign this to anyone because the first time we created this, it didn't work through the automation, so it was not assigned, and that's why it's not assigning a user. So the only thing we can do is to test another details, another user, because the automation was not triggered. That's why it didn't assign, or we assign it manually ourselves to anyone, and you can be rest assured that anyone you assign it to will remain the same person if you keep on filling that form with the same details multiple times. So now let's try to move it to the last stage and fill in the same details to be Rahman. So let's fill in the same details 090987542 and then submit, and let's look at what happened. The magic happens here. It's going to move this back to new lead and retain whoever is being assigned to initially. Good, as you can see. So that's it all for this demo, this training session. Thank you for joining us today. So if you have any other situation like this you want me to tackle, or you want me to look into, or you have a kind of problem you are trying to resolve, or any solution there about you are looking for in GoHighLevel, be it even from your paid ad on TikTok or Facebook, you can drop your comments down below. I will look into all of them and pick on what next for me to find to prepare a solution for. So thank you for listening. Thank you for staying tuned. Now if you want me to do more content like this, you want me to create fantastic content like this, drop your comment down in the comment section below. What you want me to do, what the challenges you are facing, what you want me to resolve, and how you want me to assist you. All right, have a nice day. Stay tuned. Bye for now.